Think about the best moments in your life, the ones where you felt most seen, heard, or valued. Now think about the hardest ones, the misunderstandings, the silence, the distance between people who used to feel close. What's the difference between the two? Communication. It's not just about talking. It's about how we connect, how we express ourselves, and how we understand others. From the way we speak to the way we listen, communication is the invisible thread holding everything together: our relationships, our work, our self-worth, even our inner peace. We often assume communication is common sense, but the truth is, it's a skill, a life-altering one, and most of us were never properly taught how to use it well. In our personal lives, poor communication leads to broken trust, unspoken resentment, and emotional distance. In social spaces, it leads to awkwardness, assumptions, and isolation. And in professional settings, it results in tension, missed opportunities, and stalled progress. Yet, when you do know how to communicate, everything changes. You build deeper relationships. You diffuse tension before it explodes. You make people feel heard and respected. You express yourself clearly and with confidence. You become someone others naturally trust and want to work with. It all begins with understanding this core truth. People don't remember every word you say. They remember how you made them feel. And how they feel is determined by how you communicate. Not just what you say, but how you say it. In this video series, we'll unpack exactly what makes great communication work and how you can master it in everyday life. In part 2, we'll dive into the hidden dangers of miscommunication, how even good intentions can cause distance, and how small misunderstandings can grow into major conflicts. You said something. They heard something else. Now there's tension, and you're wondering what just happened. This is the everyday reality of miscommunication, and it happens far more often than we realize. Most conflict doesn't start from malice. It starts from misunderstanding. Here's what often goes wrong. You speak, but your tone doesn't match your intention. You stay silent, and someone fills in the blanks with fear or assumption. You text something quickly, and it comes off cold or blunt. You try to avoid conflict, but it creates confusion instead. It's not just what you say. It's what they hear and how they interpret it. And every time there's a gap between what's said and what's understood, that's where conflict lives. Let's break down the 3 hidden consequences of miscommunication. 1. Conflict. One misunderstood phrase can spark days of anger. A poorly timed comment can ruin a close bond. It's not always about the issue. It's about how it was expressed. 2. Assumptions. In the absence of clarity, people create stories. They didn't reply. Maybe they're upset. He looked away. Maybe he doesn't respect me. These internal stories feel real, even when they're not, and they shape how we treat others moving forward, often unfairly. 3. Emotional disconnection. When communication breaks down, so does trust. People start pulling back, withdrawing, or walking on eggshells. What could have been solved with one honest conversation becomes a wall between 2 people. So, how do we prevent this? It starts with intentional communication, being aware of your tone, your timing, and your clarity. It's about slowing down, listening actively, and checking for understanding instead of assuming it happened. In part 3, we'll unpack one of the most life-changing habits you can build: active listening, and why it's the single most powerful way to improve every relationship you have. Let's go there next. We live in a world where everyone wants to be heard, but very few people know how to listen. And yet, If you ask anyone what they need most in a relationship, whether personal or professional, the answer is often the same. I just want to feel heard. Active listening isn't just hearing someone's words, it's making space for their emotions, meaning, and experience. It's being fully present, not planning your reply while they're still talking, not jumping in with advice, not shifting the focus back to yourself. It's the art of saying, without words, I see you, I hear you, you matter. Let's break it down. What is active listening? It means giving your full attention, putting distractions aside, reading between the lines, noticing tone, pauses, body language, reflecting back, summarizing what they said to confirm you understood, asking thoughtful questions, not to interrogate, but to understand, holding back judgment, even when you disagree. Most people listen to respond, but active listeners listen to understand. Why is it so powerful? Because it builds emotional safety. And emotional safety is the foundation of every healthy relationship. When someone feels deeply heard, they open up more. Their defenses go down. Trust goes up. Conflict dissolves faster. And connection strengthens almost instantly. Think about this. When was the last time you felt someone really listened to you? With no distractions, no rush, no judgment. Felt good, didn't it? Now imagine giving that gift to others. It costs nothing, but it's priceless. In part 4, we'll talk about the flip side of listening, how to speak clearly, confidently, and compassionately, so that your message is not just heard, but felt. Let's keep going. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. The words you choose. The tone you use. The intention behind them. Good communication isn't just about being heard. It's about being understood and felt. When you speak with clarity, confidence, and compassion, people don't just listen. They connect. 1. Clarity. Say what you mean simply and directly. Confusion kills communication. Clarity means getting to the point without rushing. Choosing words that are simple but strong. Avoiding vague statements and emotional guesswork. Instead of saying, "You always ignore me," try, "When you don't respond, I feel unseen. Can we talk about that?" Clear words create clear understanding and fewer conflicts. 2. Confidence. Speak from your center, not your fear. Confidence is not loud. It's calm, steady, and rooted in self-respect. Speak with eye contact, even if it's virtual. A firm but relaxed tone. Belief in the value of what you're saying. Even if your voice shakes, show up. Remember, you don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to mean it. 3. Compassion. Lead with empathy. Even in tough conversations. It's possible to speak truth without being harsh. It's possible to set boundaries without being cold. Compassion in communication means considering how your words will land. Speaking to someone's humanity, not just their behavior. Being real, but also being kind. A sentence like, "I understand you were under pressure, but I felt hurt by how that came out," does so much more than blame ever will. When you bring clarity, confidence, and compassion together, you don't just get your point across, you build bridges. In part 5, we'll go beyond words, into the world of nonverbal communication, body language, facial expressions, tone, and more. Let's dive deeper. Communication isn't just about what you say. It's also about what you don't say. Your body speaks. Your face speaks. Your posture, your tone, your pauses. They all send messages long before your words ever land. In fact, studies suggest that over 70% of communication is nonverbal. That means people are listening to how you show up, not just what you say. 1. Facial expressions. Your face tells a story. Are your eyebrows raised in curiosity or furrowed in judgment? Are your eyes focused and engaged or drifting to your phone? Even a slight smile, nod, or warm eye contact can communicate openness and presence, and that instantly creates connection. 2. Tone of voice. You could say "I'm fine" in 100 different tones, and each one would mean something different. Tone can calm or trigger, invite or push away, build trust or create doubt. If your words say one thing but your tone says another, people will believe your tone. So before you speak, check your emotional state. Your tone will always betray what you're carrying inside. 3. Posture and body position. Are you leaning in or pulling back? Are your arms crossed defensively or relaxed openly? An open posture says, "I'm here, I'm listening, I'm not a threat." A closed posture says, "I'm guarded, this isn't safe." Even the angle you face someone, directly or slightly turned away, can shift the emotional dynamic. 4. Pauses and silence. Silence isn't empty. It can say, "I'm thinking," or "I'm overwhelmed," or "this moment matters." A pause at the right time can carry more weight than a long speech. Becoming aware of your nonverbal cues and reading others allows you to tune into communication on a deeper, more intuitive level. You become not just a better speaker or listener, but a better observer, a better connector, a better human. And in part 6, we'll bring it all together, exploring how great communication builds meaningful relationships, strong networks, and lasting professional success. Let's bring it home. Ask ChatGPT. If there's one skill that transforms every part of life, it's communication. Whether you're building personal relationships, making new connections, or growing professionally, the way you speak, listen, and engage shapes your results. Let's break it into 3 areas. 1. Personal life. Stronger bonds. Good communication builds trust. You learn to express yourself without conflict, listen without interrupting, and make others feel safe. This reduces misunderstandings and deepens your emotional connections. At home, in friendships, and even with yourself. 2. Social life. Confidence and connection. In social settings, strong communicators stand out, not by being loud, but by being genuine and intentional. They ask thoughtful questions. They listen with presence. They speak with care. People naturally want to connect with them because they feel heard and respected. That's how great networking happens. Not just through talking, but through true connection. 3. Professional life. Growth and leadership. In the workplace, communication can be your greatest career accelerator. Whether you're pitching an idea, resolving a conflict, or leading a team, how you take care. Ermines how others see your confidence, clarity, and leadership potential. People who communicate well move ahead faster. They earn trust, handle pressure better, and inspire others to follow. Final thought. Communication isn't about using fancy words or perfect grammar. It's about connection, choosing clarity, kindness, and presence every time you speak or listen. So whether it's personal, social, or professional, keep asking yourself, am I connecting with care? Because when you do, you won't just be heard. You'll be remembered. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If this touched or transformed you in whatever way, kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share for this kind of videos. See you in the next video. Take care.